Hello, my lovely little titans, and welcome to another episode or edition, whatever you want to call it, of the weekly Hangout of Randomness. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all are doing well, and I can't wait to see what we end up talking about today. Hi, Wolf. Yeah, we are doing really well. Just been living, so no complaints on that front. How about you? I know you mentioned you were sick. Are you still doing well in recovery? Hi, Ira. And Wolf, I'm not going to use the name of what you have because YouTube doesn't like the name of what you have, so I don't get it. I think that should be fine, but I guess unless you're spitting facts about it, you shouldn't say anything about it. Unless that ban came off. I don't know. I haven't said anything about that in so long. I don't even know anymore if it's relevant. Okay, I want something. It's hot. Sorry. Dragon Prince. I have not heard of the Dragon Prince. Well, maybe I have, and I just haven't watched it. It's hard for me to remember some of the anime I've watched, because if I go back to my Crunchyroll watch list, I'm like, when did this happen? When did I watch this? Why did I watch this? Some of them are a big why did I watch them? And then I remember I was... I had nobody else there to watch anime with me, so I watched whatever the hell sounded interesting. And some of it was strange. I hope my taste has been refined since then, but probably not. But I guess it does say something that I've gone back and watched a couple of series a few times, and some series I don't touch at all. Like I watch them once and no, I'm good. I don't need to see that again. A lot of the boys love ones are like that. I've watched Sekaiichi Hatsukoi twice and Junjo Romantica twice. And that's saying something, since both of them each have 2 seasons, and that's 48 episodes. For me to get through that much anime at one time, yeah, that's pretty good for me. Especially since I binged Junjo the first time in a weekend. Like, I mean, seriously binged it. Like, I watched nothing else. And I'm sure I've told this story. And then the next day, I went out with my mom, and I couldn't understand English. Like, I heard I heard people speaking around me in English, but it all sounded like gibberish in my ear because I had been listening to Japanese for like 24 hours straight. For some reason, I could understand my mom. I don't know why. But everybody else, it was... I looked at her and I'm like, I think I'm losing my mind. She's like, why? And I said, I don't understand what anybody's saying. She's like, what do you mean you don't understand? I said, I don't understand what they're saying. It doesn't sound right. So for one brief moment in time, I understood what people who don't speak English hear and what they comprehend when they hear English being spoken around them. It was the most bizarre thing, and I couldn't recreate it if I tried, but it was amazing. And it's a great story, and it does it really well in warning not to binge a show that hard in another language without some decent breaks. And when I say decent breaks, I mean like switch over to something in English or your native tongue. Otherwise, you're just going to hear gibberish when you hear it again. But it was amazing, and I'm glad I did it. Couldn't get away with that now, but yeah. Dragon Prince is on Netflix. Is a good series now. Okay, no, I think I have. Is that the one where the kid has the egg thing, and he teams up with the little Scottish elf. I think it's an elf. To figure out what it is and how to work and how to fix it. I think. If I'm wrong, Era, please tell me. Yes, so we're covering things, and yeah, YouTube doesn't like the changes. Right. Well, YouTube can. The moon shadow elves. Okay, so it was an elf. Cannot remember. I've seen it. I've seen previews. I've seen it sounded interesting. I was just like, no time. Because honestly, it's really hard to sit and watch an anime when you have a child. I don't know. Well, it's probably different for other people, but for me personally, with how my daughter acts and how she always wants to be kind of up in my business all the time, it's really hard to like sit and watch a subbed anime and dubbed. Some of the newer ones don't have a dub, so you're kind of stuck with sub, and you're trying to read, and you're trying to pay attention, but then you have this little thing that's wanting all of your attention too, so you're like torn between, so you lose track of the show and just pay attention to the child. And I've taken to watching some anime on my phone because I can actually, when I worked from home, I would have it set up. That's actually how I got through Fruits Basket, was I set it up on my phone or my computer, and because it was subbed, I could just read it, and I would just like in between doing things, I would just, read. It's pretty easy. It's not an anime, it's 3D or 2D or something. I don't know. They use 3D models for the characters. Oh, yeah. One of my favorite anime actually ended up being it was 3D. It was Ajin Demi-Human. Fantastic anime. If you guys like supernatural, kind of like cat and mouse stuff, it's a good one. Still personally one of my favorites. I've met the voice actor for the main character in that one. He was fantastic. I loved Kai so much. He was great. He comes across as a sociopath, but he's like Yagami. So he's more of the I don't know if he's actually more like Yagami or if he's like L, because L came across as very like unsociable and just very like factual, whereas like Yagami came across as very like charismatic. So I think he might be more like L, but he is like the prodigy, like so. If you like that kind of stuff, you'd really like Ajin. And it was completely 3D. I was fine with it. They did a really good job with the 3D. And I wish they'd do another season. I was so mad that they didn't do a third season. It only has 2, but it ends really well. And apparently the manga's still going. So there's that. There's hope there. And I have tacos. Tech made tacos again. These are chorizo and turkey meat with just cheese. Because I be simple. I think everybody got really busy over this. Well, I mean, it's not really this summer yet. And still just June, barely June. So maybe everybody's busy. How you liking it, Wolf? How you liking that supernatural binge? Because like I said, I got this like season 12 and can't go on after that. And I do know how it ends, and I'm not very happy. Like I said before, I do not accept the excuse of that virus for bad writing. It's living. I agree. Supernatural is a lot of give and take, with it taking a lot and giving very little. don't know why the chat's so slow. If you guys are typing, I'm sorry. It's just really slow. I'm not looking forward to the ending. Oh, you'll get through it. I mean, we all get through the endings of things eventually. I still have to watch Attack on Titan. I got through most of season 3. And then season 4 started coming out, and I'm just like, nope, we're good. And then the manga started to wrap up, and I started hearing more, and I'm like, nope, can't do this. I'm gonna watch it eventually, but I might need therapy after, and I have to watch it alone because there's gonna be a lot of pausing because I'm gonna be like, it's just a show. It's just a show. It's just a show. or to go, I can write I can write it better later. I can make an alternate canon for myself to get through it because I can't get through what's actually happening. So I'll have to watch that on my own. I'm hoping to have it done before the last episode comes out, and then I'm going to record myself watching the last episode, and that will be just kind of a tribute because Attack on Titan is probably one of the best series shows I've ever watched, and I kind of owe a lot to Attack on Titan. I owe a lot in the way that it was one of the best animes I ever watched, and I'm glad I spent time with it. 2, I wouldn't have this YouTube channel. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys if I hadn't watched the show, been inspired enough, and then did it. And 3, it's just one of those. It's just something that's become part of me now. Like, Death Note was my first anime, and will always hold a special place in my heart. Like, even right now, I still think of ideas. I still wonder about things to do. I still read a bunch about it. Other ones just haven't stuck with me around that much. But besides Death Note, Attack on Titan has, and I just feel like I need to honor that by recording that last little bit and watching the very end of the series, and letting you all see how somebody who, like me, who doesn't normally get emotional, probably get emotional over that. I don't know what it is, but when you get to the ending of something, that's usually what kills me, is just watching all of it end and knowing there will be no more. It's done. Everything is set in stone and final. Like, I still cry at the end of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I cry at some episodes of Natsume Yujin show, Natsume's Book of Friends. I have decided that because I watched Death Note so much, I can end it at episode 25, 26. Because I can't watch past that. I hate this season after that. Yeah. Just one of those weird fan tribute things, I guess. Love to meet Misha Jensen and Jared and Mark. Oh my god. They did him very dirty. They did a lot of that cast very dirty. Like, they didn't give Misha any proper closure in the show. None. They did what they did to Jensen. And then they allowed Jared was able to finish out the series. It's like the only one intact, so. Oh, that's unfortunate. I haven't been to a con where they've been at. The only con I've been where somebody from Supernatural was my local con, and it was Mitch Pileggi, who played, or Pileggi, however you say it, who played their grandfather in that arc. Yeah, I went to a panel for him. He was actually really cool. He was there to do both X-Files and Supernatural. And apparently, his wife and daughter were thrilled that he was doing Supernatural because they got to go. And he was like, I have never seen two grown women drool so much over two guys in my life as I did my wife and daughter over Jensen and Jared. And I'm like, fair enough. Fair enough. And fun fact, his wife was actually the actor for Scully in X-Files. She was her body double, stunt double. Considering I've only ever gone to like 3 cons in my life, 4, maybe 4, 3 to 4. I might have seen them, but didn't know who they were because I didn't watch Supernatural until the last couple of years. I think before I knew what it was, I thought it was some kind of weird cult thing. People were obsessed with it. It was almost like a religion. So I think I just thought it was some kind of weird cult kind of thing. Which, I mean, it kind of is. So once you finish Wolf with Supernatural, what are you going to move on to? Hello. Hello, mine and only. How are you? Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, The Big Bang Theory was actually, I enjoyed it the first couple of seasons. I thought it was really good. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about where it went after like season 4 or 5. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still really good, but they really lost touch with the whole nerd culture thing. After a point, like they all got in relationships and therefore they decided not to be nerdy anymore, not to have their interests anymore, except in like the context of maybe either environment or a small argument, but they never went back to it. So I don't know. I think a lot of shows are like that where they start off really strong, but then they kind of peter out because people fall into just doing the old fashioned tropes, the ones that they work. and they don't stick to what the original content was. I will say, in that same vein, that I have watched the show Young Sheldon, at least a few episodes. They fairly religious to their whole theme and plot and everything. Like it's like they go back and watch some episodes of Big Bang Theory, try to get whatever Sheldon says, does, whatever, and then translate it back into the show. And they do it so well that you then watch Big Bang Theory and like, oh, it's because of this in this episode when he was like a kid or whatever. So they do that really well. So I will say that show sticks pretty well to its original content and intent, but Big Bang Theory kind of went off the rails after they all got in relationships. Bye, Ira. Have a good night. Have you heard those cringe things from me or from other people? Because, yeah, the Death Note movie had a lot of cringe. It's... If you haven't watched the show, you probably don't cringe as bad. But if you have watched the show, you just spend the whole movie doing this. And then laughing when Light meets Ryuk. Because that scene is... I'm gonna do this way. I've never heard a man scream quite like Light in that scene. Yeah, Wolf, I know you're talking about me. Well, you did mention the ending before I did, so you have heard it from other people, but you and I have been recently discussing it. Mostly because, I don't know why I do this to myself. I go back and I read my old writing stuff, and then I'm like, oh, that was actually good. Here, let me see if it still holds up. And then I can't remember what the hell I was trying to do with it, which is bad, because some of it actually is pretty good. I just need to remember where I was going with it. Or at least where I was planning on it going. Yeah, sometimes I look at what I used to write and I'm like, girl, you have some issues. Like, I think I was originally writing like a sequel series to Death Note using new characters, and I wrote the ending first. And I made it where the person won as a new type of Kira. And I wrote the ending before I wrote this story. And then I tried to write the story, and I'm like, I don't like where this is going. So I went back and rewrote it a different way. And then I kind of liked where that one went. But then I thought of better ways and went back and fixed that. Hey, Space. How you doing? Ooh, we're all in blue today. I'm in blue, Wolf's in blue, Space is in blue. Mine and Only's got blue in their profile pic, and Ira did too. We're all blue today. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you could join us. We're just chatting about, as usual, our random topics. Right now we're on the Death Note movie. I'm actually planning on, so I know I said I was going to be filming stuff on the 10th, but my stepkids ended up staying a few extra days, so they go home Monday. Hopefully Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I can film some stuff and then have things posted by Friday. I'm hoping to get a few different videos done. That way I can just, start editing and kind of not pumping them out, but at least having more regularly coming out. But yeah, I am going to do more content. I do promise that. I didn't think it would be this hard to do with a child, but I really underestimated how hard a child is, or at least how much attention and want they need and have. So I'm trying. And It's more just trying to be a balancing act of I need to care for my daughter, but I need to film, and it's kind of hard. Sometimes I've had to film. I think I one time filmed one episode, and I did it on 3 different weeks. It's 3 different characters because that was all the time I had. So that's fun. But yeah, I might do more of Carla. I haven't decided yet. It kind of depends on where I think she can go. And then as far as the rest of the content, I have some people that I promised videos to, and then I'm trying to think of new ideas. If any of you guys have any ideas, I'd be more than happy to look at them and see what I can do with them. I'm going to go back to some of our chats and posts and see what you guys have posted. But I mean, if you have any other ideas, feel free to put them on any community post. Put them here. Email me. My email is in my about page. Message me on Discord with them. Space Witch. Got to see my. Oh, wonderful! And congratulations. I hope you enjoy your job. Is it retail or data entry or what? Like my first private video making. Nice! Congratulations. That's fantastic. I think I follow your other channel, so I think I saw that. That was awesome. If I'm correct, I think mine and only is CV. Right? Am I right? Am I wrong? I think. Because I know CV did a... Was it CV? Who was it? I thought it was CV. I might be getting my people confused. You'd love to see season 4, Aaron? Okay, I can do that. Who was it that had the wonderful video? Was it everything? Yes, it was CV. Perfect. Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't have that mixed up because I know I follow a couple of you guys, and I just wanted to make sure because I did see it. I do remember. My brain some days, I swear to God, if it wasn't already attached to me, I'd lose it somewhere. But I could do season 4, Aaron. I got the hair. Well, actually, my hair's longer than Aaron's at this point. So I think I did one scene with him with season 4, Aaron. But yeah, I could do season 4, Aaron. Easily. Actually plan on it. Yep, I'm in retail. I'm a nighttime stalker. Not bad. Not bad at all for a first job. Is it part-time, full-time, or just in the meantime? Okay, good. Good. I saw the yes from CV, so good. I don't know. Do you guys think if I go I have the iPad now. I can be season 3 to 4 Hanji, so I can do content of them like in the future, kind of, if you guys want. But I don't know what I would do. Oh, nice, very nice space. Yeah, I could do stuff with them. I'm not gonna paint the red on my face all the time though. That was annoying. When I did it the first time, I'm like, this doesn't even look good. And I was like, does Aaron really run around with this on his face through the whole series? And then I saw more clips and I'm like, okay, good. No, he doesn't. So it's completely within my grasp that I don't have to have this all the time. But the scarring for Levi is going to be really interesting. really interesting. Because I've seen how to do it, and I'm like, I'm not doing stitches in my face, but I am going to do the scarring, and it's going to be kind of like older scarring, so it won't look like it's fresh and bleeding, because that just is too complicated for somebody who just wants to just use what I have. I mean, I guess I could use lipstick to be the fresh blood, but that would be weird. But yeah, I can do all of them. It's just a matter of patience and trial and error, and hoping you guys don't make fun of my cringe makeup job too badly. And I got to give my boyfriend all the love. Aw, that's wonderful. I'm glad. How's he doing, by the way? I feel bad. He's doing good. Good. But yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm thinking maybe I don't know, maybe a modern Attack on Titan series where they're, obviously living in this time. But I don't know. What do you guys think? And then I was thinking maybe doing short Death Note videos. I don't know though. I have the stuff for all of them. It's just a matter of doing it and knowing what to do. So we'll see. And then part of me is like, oh, you should make a second channel for other random stuff that doesn't quite fit on your channel. I'm like, I can't even commit to one channel. How would I do two? So, oh, wow, nice. I have 2 new bathing suits that I haven't worn once. So you're doing better than me. Well, no, I take that back. I think I wore one of them once, but I haven't worn it since. And I bought a second one, too. So, I don't yeah. Would they be teachers? Okay, I smirk like this because I read a modern alternate universe AU, whatever you want to call it, from fan fiction, where they were teachers. They were co-teachers. So I wonder, Wolf, did you read the same one? Because I could do that. I don't mind it. It'd be interesting. Or if I do it modern, it might be Attack on Junior High. I'm gonna just keep calling it that. Because why not? But it might be that. Since I have a longer black wig, I could do Mikasa now. Would anybody be interested in seeing me as Mikasa? I haven't been joining the streams. Oh no, that's fine, CV. I completely understand. All of you guys have priorities over this, so I understand completely if you guys can't make it to one or two or any. So it's completely fine. I've read so many, I don't know anymore. Okay, well, this one was a little distinctive in the way that Levi had a bunch of tattoos that he hid from like the wrist up. And then Aaron got himself caught by the kids because he said something about the tattoos that nobody else even knew existed. So I don't know if that rings a bell, but I thought that was amazing. And I'm like, this is fantastic. And I wish they would continue because I need more. Because it really was a good series. Because I've seen plenty of the modern ones where they're like rediscovering who they were from the past life. They're reincarnated, stuff like that. But I'm like, it's not a bad thing, but I'd rather like do something different. So maybe just have them set in modern setting. No, but now I want to read it. I'll find it because I know I bookmarked it because it was that good. I read it 3 times. It was really good. And I think you'd enjoy it. But yeah, no, with modern, I'm like, right? And I've seen plenty of them with their kids interacting. I'm like, that's not a bad thing, but I can't act 12. Like, I clearly cannot act 12. 15 is pushing it. 30 is closer because of Levi and my actual age. But I mean, I could do one. Dude, I don't know. I would like to do modern. I could do one as teachers. I feel like an old lady. Dude, I've been into crocheting since I was 13. No, younger than that. How old was I? 9, 10? Something like that. Why did I think 30? Because 13 is when I got good at it. But no, I was introduced to it at like 9. So you're not that old. Don't feel that old. I got into crocheting and I just act a little older. I mean, yeah, I can do that. I can act sometimes a little older than her. Mentally, I don't feel like it. Mentally, I feel like she's better than me. I feel like she's got herself good together and she's good. I am like, I can't. I do not feel like I am mentally an adult. I feel like I'm mentally like 13. But then I realized, no, you're not, because you don't think the same way you did at 13, and that's how you know you're an adult. It's because you can look back on your past and go, ooh, yeah, no, I need to pay everybody back for the time they spent with me when I was that age. I would owe a lot of people a lot of money. On summer break. Nice. Excellent. I'm sure you guys are enjoying that, probably spending a lot of time together, or at least a little more time together. Can't finish crocheting. My nan did it ever since I remember what I said. Knitting for me, I couldn't do. I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense. Why have two things and trying to knit? I don't know. Crocheting made more sense because it's one hand with the hook and one hand with the yarn, not two hands with two. Ugh. All right, bye, CV. Have a good night and good luck with your channel. Oh, space glitch. I'm sorry. I don't know. What would you guys want to see if I did a modern? Hey, would you want to see like younger versions or the older versions where they're all like, I don't know, scarred up and stuff? Or if I did that, would that be more suited to normal Attack on Titan time frame? Because I mean, it could work either way. It just doesn't matter of what I want to do. And I wish no, I do kind of have a blind wig I could use for Zeke, but I don't know if I want to introduce Zeke. Because I don't really know Zeke well enough, like, in the story to kind of get a read on him. And I don't know what his actual relationship with Aaron would be like in a normal setting, in a not life-threatening, we grew up in the same household kind of setting. So I don't know. So, Mama Moon. Yes, space. Hello. Sorry, waiting for space glitch. I don't want to continue until I address what they're asking or saying. No problem, CV. Have a good night. Right? I still struggle with anything past like the basics on crocheting. There's this one chick I follow on YouTube who does really like tiny things, or started doing tiny things like little macarons and stuff. It was really crazy. I'm like, how do you get it so small? Space Glitch. Is your BF Camaro 6? Because they're right here now. And welcome. Or welcome to Space Glitch's boyfriend if you are under a different name that hasn't responded yet. I suck at corners. I had to do. Dude, turning to the next row. Oh my god, it looks so bad sometimes, like so bad. And then I learned you have to do an extra stitch and then go to the next one. And then it makes everything look nice and even. I don't know. No, I don't have something I've crocheted. Well, I could get something I crocheted. No, it's too much of a pain in the butt. I could take a picture of something I crocheted and post it, and you guys will be like, "No, she didn't do that. She's lying." And it was like a couple years worth of. It took me years to finish what I did, and it's just one of those things where you're like, "Why?" It was so simple. Probably because I got bored. No comment. Okay. I think that's why I gave up. I mean, I think I gave up too for a little bit because I couldn't turn the row correctly, and then I don't even remember what I looked up. I think I was just looking up a pattern, or I saw something on YouTube about it, and it was like, here, add this extra stitch and go. I'm like, it's that simple? It's really that simple that you just add an extra stitch and then I did it, and yeah, that actually was it. So annoying. How's your day? No, not too bad. Just been hanging out, procrastinating on doing my chores because I didn't want to do any chores today. Not a whole lot. And the biggest one I have to do is, I think, my laundry. That was always a chore. But how have you been? Should make a page for people who crochet and knit shop. I could, yeah. In the Discord or here or where? Because I don't mind putting it anywhere. That's really cool, actually. I don't have much to show off. Well, I'm lying. Am I lying? I mean, I've made some stuff with like embroidery. I'm better at embroidery than I am crocheting. But most of the time when I embroider, I just have a set pattern and stuff. So, well, no, I can't even say that because I did make my brother, sister, and I 3. I took these black hoodies, and because at the time we were all into Mass Effect, and I embroidered all of the stuff that meant something to us in Mass Effect on these hoodies. And I still have mine because I did like a patch for the colors of the Alliance. I did the Alliance symbol. I did the Paragon because I was Paragon. My brother was like Renegade. My sister was the Paragade. She did both. And then I put our love interests on another side. My brother had Tallies. My sister had Garrus. And I had Caden. It was really cool. My corner's always folded in. So with that, your stitching may have been too loose. Because I've noticed that if you're really loose in this and you're kind of stitching, then everything kind of just doesn't go well together. It doesn't hold. But if you're too tight, then it gets like really kind of cinched in there. So it's more just like, if you're doing like the loops and stuff, can you get your needle through really easily? Like it just slips through, or you have to fight it? Because if it's like that medium about it, then you've got the right amount of tension in the yarn. At least that's what I found. It may be something completely unrelated, but that's what I found. If you do too tight, it doesn't bend well. If you do too loose, it all just kind of falls apart. So you kind of have to do that happy medium, and then you have to be very careful, especially in that first row when you're chaining everything off, not to be not to be too, what is it? Yeah, you don't really want your loops to be huge, but you don't want them to be too tight because otherwise you won't get anywhere. But that's what I found with mine. And then sometimes when you're done, the best way to fix that is to kind of go back and do like a little border around, just kind of pull everything in place. Love yourself. I like that. It's very difficult for me, but I like that. And to answer your question, yes. Okay. Good. Well, welcome. You're more than welcome to be here whenever you want when we do these live streams. And if you want to subscribe to any of it, go right ahead. I don't know if you're into cosplay as much as Space Glitch, but hey, be part of the community. We're pretty awesome. We'll meet a lot of amazing people. Most of them are in the chat right now, and some of them, I believe, had other commitments, but you've probably seen them, or you might meet them on another live stream. Because we are crazy. Yes, we are. So, I think I told you guys, con is going to be in Denver for me in sounds like a whole channel. I don't crochet enough to give advice or to do any of that. So, and I can't even commit to one channel. Like, I don't think I could do two. But I'm going to con again. I don't know if I'm going to cosplay. I haven't decided. But I'm going to con again in December. Wow. In July with Tech and my baby. And I was wondering, I know last time I went to con, I did like a series of when I met different people and what I saw and stuff. Would you guys be interested in me doing that again? Or would you just be interested in like a recap vlog? I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I thought it was cool, but if you guys didn't really care to see the con experience, then just let me know. No, but it doesn't. There are a lot of things I could do for a side project. I still am considering what to do. Because if I was happier with any of my stories, I would do an audio series where I just read the chapters and stuff. But I'm not happy with any of my stories enough to do that. Not yet, anyway. And I still want to do the podcast, but that's more of I need to sit down and do it and see if I want to cross post it on YouTube as well. And then I need to think about, do I want to keep, I need to think if I want to keep my P.O. box. I need to think if I want to keep my Patreon. And I need to really consider, do I just want to like delete a bunch of stuff? Because I'm not that big of a channel to probably consider any of that stuff. So, I want to go to con, and he said we would go. Nice. Well, at least he's open-minded enough to try. I think Tech is going as his own OC from Kingdom Hearts, since that's his favorite game series, pretty much. And then I'm kind of up in the air with what I want to do, because my lovely husband bought, along with me having all of my current closet cosplays, my husband also bought me Joker from Persona 5. So I might do that. I don't know. It'd be cool. It'd be really cool, but we'll see. That would be one I would like to cosplay, like do videos for. But first off, the protagonist doesn't speak much, and I don't have that many things I could use for the rest of them. He is a Levi, but he's taller than me. Levi can be tall. It's so good. It's all good. I mean, I'm 5'8" and I play Levi, so there you go. I'm actually taller in right now than Aaron and Levi were in the series. At least in the first half. In the second half, I'm still taller than Levi, but I'd have to do this to look at Aaron because I would think he's like 6'2", and he's going to keep growing. He's like either 6 foot or 6'2", something ridiculous. And he's only, 19, 20? 19 or 20 in season 4. And most men keep growing into the like 24, 25. So Levi could easily like be looking up at Aaron. Like everybody could be looking up at Aaron for the rest of their lives. Because I think Aaron would end up probably being like 6'4", 6'5". To be perfectly honest. I think you should read your stories in their voices. It's an audio front. Maybe. I can't do voices for a lot of them without it all sounding the same. And he said he would try to. Wow. Very cool. Start him easy. Don't scare him off. We promise. Anime is really good if you get some of the good. It's like any show. If you get a good one, it's really great. If you get a really bad one, it's bad the whole way through. Excuse me. If I were to recommend first-time anime, depending on what they like if they do fantasy kind of stuff, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is really good. Death Note's good. I rag on the second season, but I mean, it's still part of the show. But it's good. It is really, really good. I just don't accept it. Attack on Titan might be a little much right off the bat. Just ease them in with some good storytelling first, and then you get into that. And what else? Hitalia is always good. Hitalia is always really good. That's really short too, and it's hilarious. Gintama would be too much of a kind of show. I even I've watched like 4 seasons of Gintama, and I still sit there and go, am I watching the show or am I watching a filler? Naruto's good, but that's a really long show, like really long dedication. So maybe probably check out Full Metal Alchemist to be honest. So there's 2 for that one. There's Full Metal Alchemist and then there's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The difference is Full Metal Alchemist was done prior to the manga being finished. So prior to the literature it's based on being finished. And Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was the series made after the manga had finished. So they're vastly different. They're the same characters, similar plot, but both are vastly different. Full Metal Alchemist diverges into completely different territory after a point, after like the first season, and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood stays true to the author's vision. So honestly, it's up to you. I always recommend Brotherhood because from what I've heard of Full Metal Alchemist and seen, it's kind of one of those you just go. So Brotherhood is a more cohesive story. Full Metal Alchemist, the original, was really good, but you just kind of have to get through the part where one of the characters ends up in modern day World War I, World War II. So if you can do that, then watch both or whatever. But I recommend Brotherhood just for the cohesive storytelling, and it's just amazing. I could always get Tech to help us. I could, but Tech would be the one that's watching the baby while I'm doing this, so maybe not. Hi, Ciel. Both Brotherhood. Did you see on Netflix the thing went live? So, the movie on Netflix is not actually made by Netflix. They just obtained it from Japan. It's actually a Japanese production. It's not bad objectively. If you're looking for like a true to the source material movie, this is not it. But objectively, it actually was pretty good. It's pretty decent storytelling. So watch it. It's not bad, but it's not. I wish people would stop calling it the Netflix one because it's not Netflix. It was just obtained by Netflix. It's like saying the Attack on Titan live action one is a Netflix original if they bring it over. It's like, no, it's not. It was made in Japan by a Japanese film company. It's not Netflix. Hey, question: do any of you watch most? It sounds familiar. It really does. Let me see if I can Google it. I think I may have seen him on I think I may have seen it on Nuke's Top 5. That's a good channel if you guys want to see paranormal videos. He doesn't do them like based on, like an actual ranking. I think he just does it on personal preference on what he likes more. But they're really good. And I think I may have seen that guy on one of his, but I've watched a lot, so dude is awesome. Oh, nice. Didn't watch it. Again, it's not bad at all. The Full Metal Alchemist live action is not bad at all. Again, you kind of have to look at it objectively. It's not going to be to the series. It has the same characters. It has some of the same plot points, but it is not to the series. So don't go in expecting like a frame by frame of the series. But it's really good otherwise. He does stuff with Omar. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of Nuke's Top 5. Yeah, it's I just thought something anybody's ghost would be dirt and dust. God. Oh God, that's awesome. I like the little kitten's face. That's cute. But no, I think I don't even remember. I'm sorry, guys. I was talking about nukes and my sis watching. That's a really good one. There are some that are just really creepy. Boiling water, all I gotta say. Also, hi. No, the boiling water one is in reference to one of the episodes of Nuke's Top 5 we watched where this guy, outside his home, he heard wailing. And he had a lot of paranormal experiences in his house prior. But he I guess he just got fed up with all of it. So he went and grabbed a pot of boiling water. And he went outside to his house where the wailing was coming from. And I mean, you could hear it get louder. And you could see roughly the direction it was coming from. And he had like a thermal camera on it too. So you could kind of see like there's this outline of something cold against this warmer background. And he takes this boiling pot of water and he flings it across where the wailing's coming from. And then you hear screaming. And then there's nothing. I was like, that was creepy. That was creepy AF. Is it bad I want to be a mom in the future? Calling me cute. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a mom at all, Space. I enjoy it. Don't let my complaints about not having time affect you. It's just it's different taking care of children that aren't yours versus taking care of a child that is yours. Because that child that is yours, you have nobody to pass it along to. You can't pass it off to somebody else and be like, here, you take care of it now. It's all on you. That's probably the most overwhelming part of it. Is just it's all on you. And you're responsible for this person your whole life. Like, I'm not even going to say till they're 18, because no, you're still a parent. You're still caring for them even after they leave. So it's a great idea to be a mom. It's just It will take some time to adjust that you are responsible for this human being. That do need a priest. Yeah, he really did. He had some other ones. I think the other part before that, he had knocking coming from his bathroom, and he literally went outside, went around his house to the bathroom, opened the window to his bathroom, and you could still hear the rattling, but there was no one on the other side. I don't know what was in that dude's house, but it wasn't friendly. And it hit. I don't know. It was creepy. There was another one that I saw that I still to this day think is hilarious because it's just like a moment out of an anime. This dude was in this haunted school. A girl had committed suicide, I think, and because of the bullying, and she haunted the school, and it was abandoned now. And this dude went in, and he, like, you hear stuff right away. Like, there's no hiding it. And he goes into this one classroom. Stuff starts to move. He goes out of the classroom and he's going to leave, but the ghost erected a barrier of desks at the top of the stairs to prevent him from going down. So he had to jump over the nearest railing and get down that way. It was insane. I was like, how the hell did the ghost do that? That's crazy. And you can't even say it was really a prank because, I mean, you watch how he moves. There's no sign of it was cut and edited, like, in some movies. So, if it's a one fluid motion, they did it in one shot. So there's no way when he transitions from the room inside the room to looking at the barrier, there's no way that he edited that to then add it in, or to somebody could have built it, because he literally went up the stairs, no barrier. Looked in the classroom, stuff started to move. He looked back, there was a barrier. Like, oh crap. There was something there that didn't like him. I'd be like, hold the cross out of this house. He has a demon in his house. If you've seen Ed and Lorraine Morning, yep, I have seen them. That is one house I don't want to know what's going to happen after they die. And I'm hoping it just kind of spontaneously combusts. Just everything burned. Well, it makes no sense. No, it didn't. The Conjuring stuff. Yes. The Conjuring and several others actually are. They might not be directly referenced, but a lot of ghost horror, like possessions and hauntings and stuff, those movies are influenced by a lot of the Warren stories, because some of their more well-known ones, of course, were made into movies, but some of their lesser-known ones have just been made into lesser movies. But yeah, they have a lot. It's terrifying. Just give me the salt for the doors and windows, not salt to shoot. Go full supernatural. Nice. Actually, I saw the movie and I was told everything I was saying in the movie. Hey, they have a legit salt gun now. Yes, they do have a salt gun. It fires rock salt. It's insane. It's to kill different kinds of insects. I'm like, with that impact, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to kill more than just a fly or a bee or whatever. It may be for scorpion. I don't know, but right? But you could use it to kill ghosts, I guess. They came up with so much stuff after Supernatural. Like, I guess the series listened to some of the people who are like, why don't they just put holy water in water guns and shoot it at people? And that's what they did in an episode. I'm like, they listen sometimes. And then I love this one. It was, why don't they just put salt in a hula hoop and just use that? And I'm like, for a personal barrier, that'd be pretty useful. And then to walk around, I mean, unless you're holding the thing with your gun, like, that would be a little inconvenient, but it was great. My brain. I'm sorry, space. At least we'll be prepared. Yeah, that show's great. I don't know how true some of the stuff is about, fending off ghosts and stuff, but it's fun to watch. It's entertaining at least. If you want something a little more, oh God, what was it called? My mom and I watched it for the longest time. Let me see what that show was called. But it's another supernatural-esque type of show where it's, oh God, it was a vampire, a ghost, and a werewolf all living in the same house. Being Human. That was it. Being Human. If you guys want another supernatural one that's not so much on focus on killing them as it is on just watching them interact in the modern world, Being Human is a really good one. It kind of goes off the rails at times, but it's really good. You mean vampire? No. I didn't realize they both had an Aiden until I was typing it in. And like Aiden, Vampire Diaries. Like, oh no. What do you think Levi's reaction to a ghost would be? Probably just pretty nonchalant about it. I think it would be pretty close to what we saw in Attack on Titan Junior High, where Levi was just like so done and the kids freaked out. Yeah, I think that's where they would be at. I don't think Levi would actually freak out about a ghost. He might just see it as more of an annoyance and just probably not want it to get anything dirty. I heard the hoop idea, and yeah, that would work better if you had to stay in one place. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. I know. I'm sorry, yeah. I haven't seen enough Vampire Diaries. And my husband watched True Blood for the longest time, so you could talk to him about that. What about Aaron Armin? I think Armin would actually be pretty freaked. Again, kind of like, I think what we saw in Attack on Titan Junior High is pretty close to what we were going to get. Just, their irrationality. You're getting your act right? I think that's what it would be. He'd probably feel bad for them if you think about it, because he, I mean, a lot of times people say that when you have that a ghost is somebody that lived and had regret and they can't move on. So maybe he feels pity for it because it can't move on, and he feels that way now. So maybe there's a lot of regret. I think the Survey Corps can, and I think in the manga they kind of confirm that Levi can to a point, because he has a lot of visions of dead people, like of dead comrades and stuff. So I think maybe. I think he does. Or at least he's in tune with that side of things. It's called Purgatory. I think I was in a Catholic school for a while, so purgatory means something else to me. So that's just where the lost souls go that aren't baptized. And if anybody's ever read Dante's Inferno, it's kind of the same thing. Really good. By the way, if any of you are ever interested in Dante's Inferno, play the game, watch the series, movie, or read the book. But yeah, that state of limbo where they have their regrets and everything, I guess, yeah, some people also call that purgatory too. Aw. That's really cute space. We've been making your food. Well, I guess. I mean, I'm Catholic and I see you shouldn't believe in ghosts, but I think I don't agree with that because that's fair. No, that's fair, Ciel. I actually do believe in the supernatural. I have had way too many strange experiences in life to walk blindly without some kind of belief. So I have very strong belief in that. It's like where you're coming from. And I didn't grow up Catholic. I just had to go to Catholic schools for various reasons. So But a lot of the ones I went to, they actually encouraged supernatural to a point. It was really weird. Like, especially in my high school, they were okay with the supernatural stuff. But then I also had a mother who was Protestant, and they don't do Halloween. They do like Harvest Fest or whatever. And I'm like, this is bizarre. The Catholics do Halloween. I mean, I am a spiritual person. Oh, not good. Yeah, I don't do cemeteries. Never seen True Blood, but I know who Ophidia is. Dude, you're freaking me out. I don't hear a beeping. That might be on your end, because I don't hear any beeping. The only thing that's going in the background is this. My chair does make noise, and I do fidget, so maybe that's something on there. But, see, Wolfkins. I don't know, see, I don't hear anything. Maybe it is you. Oh, God, I'm sorry. But I don't do cemeteries. Very rarely do cemeteries. I only do them for funerals and to visit people I know in the cemetery. Yeah, that sounds weird. But I don't do it just for like the fun of it, the weirdness of it. I actually, so there was a time before tech, I went to a cemetery with some people, and I'm gonna find the noise and stop it. Okay. And they were talking, people were talking about how they used to have like, because I didn't like being there, and they were like looking for a geocache, and I got this really weird feeling being there. Felt like it was disrespectful to be there the way we were. And one of the people we were with was talking about how they used to come here and have like picnics and stuff, and I'm like, you would have picnics on the gravestones? And they said, yeah. I'm like, no, that's no. Like, I get it, it's pretty and peaceful here. Peaceful. But the amount, like, I couldn't tell them because they didn't believe in ghosts and stuff. I'm like, the amount of disrespect I'm feeling, like, the amount of vibe I'm feeling where they are not happy is really strong, and you really shouldn't talk about that, and you really should never do that again. And the geocache thing was like I was just so mad that we were doing it. I have etiquette about cemeteries, and I wish people would follow it more. Sometimes people do. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's really disrespectful that if you don't have a purpose to be in a cemetery, you just don't be there. If you don't have a purpose, you don't have a reason, and if you're just looking for trouble or you're just doing random shit, don't be there. It's a place of rest. Don't want somebody to disturb your rest. Don't disturb somebody's eternal rest. Like, no. No. Gets home from school. Aw. My bathroom. I don't have my grandma because I have to have her. Oh, not good. It's kind of weird, not gonna. Weird that I have etiquette about cemeteries, or weird that somebody would have a picnic in a cemetery, because either way, I get that. It's from the pipes. Oh no. Beeping in pipes is not good. I have to agree on that. Yeah, I don't do supernatural. Like, I don't actively go searching for it. You get very bad things when you go actively searching for it. I've learned that through several instances. Yeah, that's no, why should not be making a beeping noise? Unless if you have like a septic tank or something, it might be full. It's the only time I've ever heard beeping from any kind of plumbing device was a septic tank. Started everything. I'm not doing anything, so I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. These are facts. Yeah, with supernatural stuff, you don't mess with it unless you absolutely know what you're doing. And even that is a lot of guessing. Ooh, I'm done talking about that. I'm so sorry about it. if someone came to where I was having my final rest, I'd go full haunt mode on them. I'm terrible when people wake me up. Yup. I completely agree with that. That's why I don't want to be buried. I'm sorry if I'm ruining your FaceTime. I'm ruining your FaceTime call. Dude. What's wrong with your pipes? Like I said, the only time I've ever heard any kind of plumbing device beep was with a septic tank. And that was it. And that actually scared the crap out of my dad. He was, I guess, dead asleep. And my dad is a pretty late sleeper. But this, I guess, just scared him to death because it was like at 4 o'clock. And he had to run outside and turn it off. That was probably the more annoying part, was he actually had to get up and run outside and turn it off. Felt bad for him for that. Like, I felt really bad about that. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Space Glitch. I might go for like another 10 minutes. I'm only going for a little longer because my daughter took a nap or fell asleep. I don't know yet. She just kind of laid next to me when I was chilling and just passed out. I'm like, okay, this will work. Usually when she starts banging on the door after now, that's why I wrap it up. But I mean, she's asleep right now, so I can talk for longer. I'm sure you guys are thrilled. I really want ice cream. What time is Baskin Robbins close? Still says it's open. It closes at 10. I don't know. This house has been around since my mom was a kid. Oh, yuck. You're amazing. Oh, thank you, Space. I don't mess with the supernatural, but it doesn't. I haven't heard voices in different houses and my stuff moved. I don't know. You guys are probably gonna think I sound absolutely insane if I tell you my story. But I actually had a full-on paranormal experience in the middle of a college lecture. So I'll tell you the story and you guys can tell me if it's BS or what. But okay. In the amphitheater where I was in, it was a very small amphitheater, but I say amphitheater because of how it was designed. It was it looked like a Coliseum kind of thing. But so you have the people sitting out in the audience, and then you have the teacher at the bottom. So, oh, I'm sorry, you can't dance with your BF. But I think you should. Next time you see him, dance. There's a teacher at the bottom, and there are 2 doors. Yes, go ahead, Ciel. Neither door leads anywhere to anything at all. Leads to I think closets, if I remember correctly. They were maintenance closets. And one day we were all sitting there and one of the doors opened. And one of the doors to the lower closets opened. Keep in mind, nobody was in there. And it kept opening and closing and opening and closing. And and at one point it banged closed, and we were all like, what just happened? Because there was literally nothing in that room. Nothing that could have done that. The doors are always locked. Or at least they're heavy enough to stay closed all the time. So that was probably my weirdest one. And I experienced that with a room of 30 other people. So unless 30 people were tripping on something, because I thought maybe the wind, but then I'm like, there's no wind back there. And there's no way a breeze could blow that strong, because where we were far into the building. So there's no way wind could have done that. Like there was no cross current or anything. And the AC didn't do that because if it had, it would have done it to probably both doors or something, or we would have, not had it just bang out of nowhere, bang close out of nowhere. And it stopped after that. It was weird. It was weird. It was probably my weirdest one. And again, I experienced that with 30 other people. So it's not like I'm making it up. It's not one of those where I was like in a room by myself and you guys can call me on BS, but I have witnesses. Do you watch Kid Behind the Camera or Angry Grandpa? I do not. That is crazy. I'm done. Someday I'll have to give the camera story. Yeah, you should. Maybe we'll do that for like a Halloween stream. We'll tell like our own personal scary stories. I just told my best one, so y'all gotta step it up after that. Yeah, the supernatural is not meant to be messed with, and there are certain. There's just, like I said, certain things in my life I've had where I just am like, if you're telling me this isn't true, you're full of BS. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna stop talking because it's just doing bad things to everybody. Okay, we're gonna stop talking about supernatural stuff because it's triggering. It's triggering things. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know if it's triggering things or just really great coincidence, but we're gonna stop now. You're good. No, I believe in the power of talking about it gives it power, so we'll stop. Ooh, dude, no. Ooh, stalkers are creepy, man. Stalkers are creepy. I watched enough ID to know that. Yeah, protective order is just a piece of paper, unfortunately. They can only violate it so many times before something happens or nothing happens. I think that's BS. Nothing happens if they violate it. Like, they get a slap on the wrist, like, oh no, this is your first warning. You don't need to. Like, what? Like, there's clearly a reason why there's a protective order. Why don't you do something about it? They're violating it. It's not like this is their first warning out of 3 about this protective order. No, it's the protective order was given as a result of consistent, proven behavior that is endangering to the person. Why do you just tell them to stay away or whatever? You don't put them in jail, or if you do, it's like for a day. That's messed up. I think there should be harsher rules when it comes to protective orders and stalkers and stuff. This is my second analysis. Ooh, screw that. Don't call out your boyfriend like that. Yes, it could be a light bulb, but again, we'll just. And that's when my sister said, I swear you're going to live on date. Right? Oh, good. I know, right? Like, what the fuck? I didn't even know him. I fully agree with that. That's honestly just the justice of. I know. It's terrible. It's really terrible. They were just sugarcoating and I hate people like that. There was actually Wolf. Oh god. Poor Wolf. But to go along with what you said, Sion, my sister went to a very small school. And this kid was there. He had a learning disability. Not one that prevented him from like would end him up in different circumstances, but it was enough of one that he kind of used it as a bit of a crutch to explain some of his behavior, because some of his behavior wasn't normal for the mental illness that he had. I think he just used it to justify it, which was wrong. But he was in a class with like 3 other girls, my sister and 2 or 3 others. It was a small school, very small school. And he was like constantly cornering these girls, trying to ask them out, even though they said no, trying to touch all sorts of weird shit. And the school tried to do stuff, but the parents would always say, he has mental illness, blah, blah, blah. Finally, he messed with I believe he messed with the wrong girl, because her dad was somebody important, and it ended up pretty bad for him. But again, it was like he got away with it for months on end, harassing these multiple girls, multiple times, and nobody did anything because he had a mental illness. He legitimately did, but at the same time, it's like it wasn't in line with his behavior, wasn't in line with the mental illness. So that's why I feel like he used it as a crutch, but it was terrible. Those poor girls were harassed for months, and they didn't deserve that. Hopefully it won't be spooky. I hope so too. I'm just a generally serious person around people. I'm pretty quick. Good, nice. Still listening. For me, around other people I don't know. Oh, you guys are cute. I don't know. Around people I know, like you guys, I act more myself. Around my husband, I act completely different. Around my parents, I'm very like. I love watching people act differently around different groups, or watch myself act differently around different groups, because when you're like putting on a show, it's kind of interesting. But I hope you end up feeling comfortable with us, dude. Because Space has told us a lot about you. You're awesome. Thanks, babe. There are no cheat codes in this chat. Now he's harassing my friend. Oh, God. I hope you're. It's just BS that people are allowed to like. I'm sure my mom was like one normal child. I act more myself around you. I act more myself around you than I do my parents. That's what I meant. I'm like that in stream more often. I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, okay, that's fair. I didn't mean different from around that. I act pretty much the same around you as I do everybody here. It's just in general, compared to how I interact with normal people. Normal people. I say normal people. I mean people that aren't my friends, people that aren't around me often. I call them normal because I don't know them. They could be normal. I don't know. They have a different type of normal. But people, just regular, ordinary people, I act different around compared to you and everybody here and my parents. I think my parents do find us weird. I know my mother's been in this stream a couple of times, so. Yeah, so my friend told the school officer he got told. Oh, good Lord. Also, I'm going to be shameless. Oh, God. Who is normal? Not everybody besides us. Everybody that isn't us is normal, I guess. I don't know. I think Tech's going to make a plug of some sort for something. Which is fine. You guys can. I don't mind. We got lovebirds here. We do. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Normal is boring. I know. Oh my god. He's dragging this out for a bit, isn't he? Bloop. It's cute. Oh my god. There is a Discord. Thank you, babe. Right? It's like, what the? What do you even shamelessly plug here? But it was just the Discord. If you guys, I would enjoy talking to you guys more. So if you want to join the Discord, join the Discord. Again, if you want to email me, my email's in my about on YouTube, along with my PO box. If you guys ever just want to send me like fan art, a letter, whatever, it's fine. I don't really get much, so we'll see. No haters. I'm sure there are plenty of those. But again, do you guys want me to still have the PO box, the Patreon, Discord, all of that, or should I just like get rid of all of it? I don't know. I will not shamelessly plug myself here, the Discord. Well, it's my Discord. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys think I should still stick with all that stuff or just get rid of it? No, leave it, man. Okay. Oh, okay. Been talking for too long. Don't leave it. I think you mean. I don't know what you mean. I'm interpreting this two ways. Either don't leave it, or don't, comma, leave it. It's really, like I said, I don't know. It just doesn't get much use, so why have it if it doesn't get used much? We shall see. If I do make a second channel, I don't know what it would be. Just the random shit I say, I guess. I don't know. Oh my god, now I'm just gonna get a slew of like serial killer-esque letters. Difficile. I have no idea what that is. No. Oh my god, you guys are great. So when people finish a project, they can send them. I'm like, you don't know me, but I know you. Or letters like yeah. I mean, if you guys finish something, send it to me. Or I'd love to show it off here or wherever. I am tempted to not give my boyfriend. Give him goddess. Let's do it. Anyway, I'm going to sign off here. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for a wonderful, lovely, a nice and long stream. Hopefully next week we can keep going. But thank you guys so much. Thank you to all of our lovely new people that joined us tonight, especially to Space Glitch's boyfriend, who has been mentioned throughout these last few live streams and has now graced us with his presence. Thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye, everybody.